Crap Eyewear makes the best premium priced sunglasses on the market. Handcrafted bioacetate with optical grade lenses with UVA and UVB protection.
Get up to 40% off site-wide from August 27th to September 2nd at crapeyewear.com. Head to crapeyewear.com. That is crapeyewear.com for 40% off.
And if you miss the Labor Day sale, you can get 25% off crapeyewear.com with code GOODCHILDREN at checkout. With big wireless providers, what you see is never what you get.
With Mint Mobile, you'll never have to worry about gotchas again. To get this new customer offer and your 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/goodchildren.
$45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details. You and I, Tanger Outlets, Riverhead, 2012, 2011. You and I and my sister Amanda, we're walking around. We're in front of some store. We're almost holding a staff meeting. It feels like we're holding a staff meeting. Like Amanda's like a manager, and we're working the floor at a retail store.
Always. It's always how it was.
The conversation that we were having was about homophobia, and I remember this so vividly. It freaks me out. And somehow we got up to it. It was like we were all just tossing around the idea. We were just gauging, just doing a litmus check on litmus test.
You see that? Is it gay?
No, it was like we were just talking to each other, eye to eye, saying like letting each other know how homophobic we were.
Yes.
Being like, are you homophobic? Well, it's like, are you dairy intolerant? Was kind of like the conversation.
You have IBS, like slightly.
And I remember I was like, I'm definitely homophobic.
You said
And then
that.
you were like, I'm like a little homophobic. And then Amanda was like, I'm not homophobic, but I think that like my boyfriend might be like a little bit homophobic, but not like in a crazy way. And it was like, we were just chatting. Next thing that happens, an earthquake hit Long Island.
And now, if you don't tell me that wasn't fate, I think that earthquake shook some things up. Not just that ground.
Can you imagine? This all came to me last night, the earthquake of it all.
I can't believe the earthquake happened the same day we were saying we were homophobic.
Yes. And we were at the Riverhead Outlets.
It's crazy that like you can be like how old were we?
We were in high school.
That's horrible. That's
Early
even
high
worse
school.
because it's like we were so gay at that point.
We were
so
capital
gay.
F faggots.
Yeah.
And we were also like too old to be like, we were too old to be acting like that. You know what I mean? Like we could have been educated.
Could have been educated. Again, like when you are hiding for something for so long, you become a little bit of homophobic. Then you got to work past that.
I know.
You got to, and we did. I think it shook us up. That earthquake in general
Earthquake helped a lot.
I think when you experience like a tragedy like that, it's kind of like wake up. Let's start thinking about who you are. It took me after that earthquake probably another 7 years to come clean.
Out. Yeah.
But
it was it was God
earth-shattering.
saying, I'm on to you bitches. I'm on to you homos.
And you guys are gay as hell.
Yeah.
Let's shake it up.
Shake it up. Hey guys, and welcome back to Good Children, the podcast where hosts Joe Hegyes
And Andrew Muscarella reflect on their 23 years of friendship,
growing up in the late 2000s,
early 2010s,
and all of the nostalgia,
trauma,
and worldwide live streams that change career trajectories forever.
Today's guest is actually somebody who I personally didn't think I was going to be in the same room as.
I just didn't think they'd ever say yes.
Me either. They were one of our dream guests for a while. And the reason that they were one of our dream guests is because, as some of you know, our main listeners know that we had our own little Farmville Moms moment with wigs on our head, pretending to be characters that we weren't. And to see someone doing it now, it's kind of beautiful.
It's so unbelievable. And the fact that I'm looking right now at the Good Children Dream interviews list. Number 1, Selena Gomez. We haven't gotten there yet. Number 2, Taylor Swift. We haven't gotten there yet.
No.
Number 3, Julia Fox.
We got
Check
there.
that off on fucking day 365. Number 4, Keke Palmer. We haven't gotten there yet. Number 5, Doja Cat. We haven't gotten there yet. Number 6, Terri Joe. Time to check it off the list.
Time to check it off the list because this week's guest is Kelon Campbell, a.k.a. Terri Joe, a.k.a. Georgia, a.k.a. Psychonic.
This has been a long time coming for us. Probably not for Kelon, but for us, it's been, it's been baking for 2 years.
It's like, are you processing?
Right. I haven't processed a thing since 2003.
And you still give like 7 years old. I'm sorry. It's okay. It's like, I think I stopped processing in 1999. And I just want to go back.
My teeth hurt.
That's because you need dental insurance.
Why would you say that? It's like we get into this gorgeous big ass Spotify studio.
Yeah.
And you come in here like a bitch.
Yeah.
Every week.
Yes.
Every time.
Every single time.
And I can't fault you for it. That's my job usually.
Well, but it's the energy of this space. It kind of feels like when you're
cocky.
Yes. There's a cockiness to this space.
Mm-hmm.
And I do wish that there was like cock. I also just wish there was like, I think that's it.
Why would you say that?
I'm sorry. I already was talking about being eaten out.
Why would you say that?
I'm sorry. Like,
let's just bring in Kelon.
Okay. I'm sorry. I already was talking about being eaten out.
Why would you say that?
I'm sorry. Like,
let's just bring in Kelon.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for coming here today.
Thanks for having me.
I can't believe that you're in the same room as us. It kind of feels really special.
Yeah, I said the same thing to my doctor. I make an actual joke, but I couldn't think of one just now.
Well, that was a joke.
It worked.
Yeah.
It did.
It goes without saying that we are massive fans of your work.
Thank you.
In
You're
a
also
very
massive
serious
in general. Sorry. I had to do it.
No,
the other one
actually,
didn't land.
please
so.
keep it going.
No, this is how the banter is gonna go. I mean, you go without any introduction. I think that our listeners, they know who you are. Yeah. Kelon, Terri Joe, Georgia.
It's actually Kelon.
Kelon.
Yeah. I'm lying.
You're not saying anything
I
either.
was literally just going to be completely silent.
I was like, Joe,
I'm so glad that you said it.
Stop pretending that you were saying
I was going to immediately be like, Andrew, yeah, that's fucked up.
I actually was going to leave the room.
Everyone always says my name in different ways. I'm like, hey, okay.
It is Kelon.
It's Kelon, yeah.
Okay, great.
Thank
but I just
God.
don't really care, honestly.
You could call you anything.
Yeah. Literally, people on the streets, they're like, Terry. I'm like, huh? Fully not.
When did you move to LA?
Last September.
Okay.
Okay. How's the adjustment?
I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't feel that much different than living in Texas. But
where in Texas?
Houston.
Okay.
The difference is it's much faster here. Like life is much faster here. People are always doing something. There's always something to do. But in Texas, like it's more like the weekend kind of thing. So here it's really easy to fall into like a little bit too much of a party every day.
Every single day.
Fall off of the responsibilities that you actually have to do. So that's been like an adjustment, but
of course. I think that's a normal LA adjustment.
Yeah, true.
And I feel like you have had such a wild couple of years. You deserve a party era.
Yeah.
You can also remove that tag.
I know, I'm gonna do it right now. I just thought about it right
Everyone
now.
sees your face, your first and last name.
Yeah. We already know that's fine.
You're 28, right?
Yeah.
Are you glad that you like popped off in the later part? The quote unquote later part of your 20s?
Yes and no. I feel like it's a like a double-edged knife, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Because like if I was younger, I feel like I could be much further if I popped off much younger. But like with age comes knowledge and wisdom. So like now I feel like you can handle it better when you do pop off, whatever. But
what were you doing before?
Drugs.
Yeah, that explains everything.
Yeah,
and now you're here. Yeah,
right now.
Yeah, more
the
drugs.
Trip. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I think I was working at Amazon for a little while,
like
delivering packages, and then I started working at this like tech startup where they were like going to be like delivering packages, but like from a like robotic car.
Yeah.
So basically, I was just like in that robotic car, like mapping areas. It was boring.
Did you have like so when you were growing up? Did you have a vision of what you wanted to be when you grew up?
Not really, no. I feel like everyone has like the same idea when they're little. They're like, I'm gonna be famous. Whatever. Like see kids on Disney Channel, you want to like do the same thing. So I would say that, but I kind of like lost that dream throughout life. I just didn't really care, and then it just
happened.
Yeah.
It just happened through Terri Joe.
Yeah.
It's really crazy to me.
Yeah.
To like what I mean, I have so many questions for you about like not Terri, but your relationship to Terri. I think it's me and Andrew both like grew up putting on a wig, playing a character. Like I feel like a lot of what we've seen you do is so familiar to us. So I'm like, I feel like I'm inside your head. I feel very parasocial.
Yeah.
So I think today we're gonna find out if that's true.
Yeah.
Did you
By the end of the episode, you're beating us up.
did you like when you were growing up? Were you like donning a wig? Were you
No.
never
Woo! Maybe here.
like a t-shirt as a wig moment?
No, that would have been unheard of.
Okay.
because I have 3 brothers.
Right.
All presumably straight. So
Okay.
they would be like, "You're gay." Like just like.
When did you
When did
come
you come
out?
out? Yeah.
Never.
You're kidding.
I don't see the point of coming out.
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
So it's like, who gives a damn?
Right,
Yeah.
of course. Good for you.
It's not like anyone's business. Who like not that is anyone's business, but like, why should anyone care?
Yeah, well, of course, yeah.
Who I'm like talking to or whatever.
Yeah.
So I
You know
just
who you
never
are.
came
Yeah.
out. Yeah, like officially, but like everyone knows.
Yeah. Of
course, yeah.
Everyone's been telling me that I was gay.
This is actually the
kids.
coming out exclusive.
Yeah, they told me first. Yeah.
That is so true. It really does take it away from you when you're like, I mean, when we both came out, obviously everyone was like, well, yeah, of course we
that
knew
makes
that.
sense.
Like, that tracks. And you're like, you knew this whole time? Like,
They were
I had
like,
no idea.
You were throwing it back and doing the high kick since you were 10. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we knew.
With the t-shirts. Actually, that's a lie. I did used to do that. I just remember now, but only ever in like right before I was gonna take a shower, take my shirt off, like in the mirror.
Yeah.
Or the
shower.
towel when you do the little wrap on the top and you're like,
You're
like, I'm kinda studying.
Actually, yeah. Or then my mom would like leave the house and she had like an extra wig somewhere. I'm like,
Stop. Yeah.
yeah. Oh my god, we used to share a bathroom with my mom. And she left one of her wigs in like the bottom of the sink. And like I went in the bathroom once and I didn't lock the door and I put the wig on. My brother opened the door and he's like, I was like, "Do you have a wig on?" And I was like, "No." And I'm trying to hold the door closed. And he's like trying to get it. He's like, I'm gonna tell on you. I'm like, I don't have a wig on.
the worst
No.
thing that
It
he
was
could have done
crazy.
in that moment was open up the door and you had a wig on.
It was
Like, stop,
actually
get
crazy.
out.
It was actually crazy, but he didn't end up telling her.
Okay, at least there's that.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
really
just like,
kind.
who was playing in my wig?
So growing up, like, were you, I assume that you were kind of like a bit of an entertainer.
Yeah, I feel like growing up, I was really quiet. Actually, I didn't really like say much, or like, unless I did say something, and when I did say something, it was like usually something rude or like something like
Like a joke, like a
yeah, true. But people always my entire life would be like, "Oh, you're so funny," but like was never like trying to be funny. Like,
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny.
So what compelled you to put on the wig and get onto TikTok?
I have no clue.
It just was
boredom.
It
Yeah.
just kind of
Yeah.
came to you.
Like I had like wigs obviously in my house just randomly and like an old like Halloween costume, and I was just like, yeah, just put it on and go live, and then it
How
just
crazy.
like snowballed from there. Yeah.
Like, you feel more confident in the wig. I feel like when we were growing up too, like I would put on that wig as Linda Calamari, and I was like, I'm actually the most confident person
Yeah,
ever.
True. I think I feel that same way too because it's like it's not you.
Yeah.
It's like it's someone else. So even if there's criticism towards it, it's like, oh, you're talking about this like other entity or being that I'm like portraying, not
Yeah.
actually me. So I don't really care. I feel like that's where the confidence comes at.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
gives you like a little shield
Yeah.
against it. And then, I mean, obviously, I know the entire trajectory of your past couple of
Yeah.
years just from watching it happen on
Yeah.
the internet. But I have right out of the gate, the Madonna show really is something
That
that
was
keeps me up
actually
at
great.
night.
what the
What was
fuck?
that experience like?
I have no clue.
I
I wasn't really there.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Have you processed?
I don't really ever process much. To
Right.
be
Yeah.
honest. I just kind of just do it.
Yeah.
But she just like messaged me one day and she was like, I want you to come on the tour. But it was a long time ago before she even went on tour.
Whoa.
And I was like, okay. And she's like, would you come to my show? When I come to, because that's when I live in Houston. She's like, when I come to Houston, would you come to my show? I was like, yeah. And then the tour actually happened, didn't hear anything from her. And then like when she came to LA, she was like, I want you to come like on stage with me. I was like, huh? I was like, I don't know about that. I was kind of scared. She's like, no, it'll be fine. It's like really simple. And I was like, sure. And then she was like, come Miss Terri Joe. And then I just went, and then she just pulled me up on stage. Like, when I first got there, they're like, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. And then when she turns to you have to do this. And I was like,
right, not interesting anything.
And then went backstage, sweating bullets, met her, met the whole crew, which everyone was really nice.
Were you dressed as Terri during this?
Yeah.
So crazy.
It was actually crazy. And then they escorted me to the outside of the arena. And then my team came to get on stage, and I don't know, it kind of wasn't like that crazy because I couldn't really see anyone because the lights were so bright. But like, obviously, I know there's like thousands of people out there. But I was like, I didn't really care because I was like,
did you feel it though?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, was there an uproar? Was there like did
I
the
don't know.
energy? Yeah, you were
I really was
I would have blacked
I
out.
was there, but not there at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like I literally missed like so many cues actually. But I was looking at me like, and I was like, but no, I was like, I'm sure she understood. Like, it's like my first time ever doing anything. That's not my third time ever in general, even going out as Terri Joe.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but it was fun though.
Do you like when people, like when you're like going on a podcast or like with that moment, like when it's like as Terri's getting invited, how does that sit with you emotionally?
mean?
Like, is it like, are you indifferent towards that? Do you like wish it was Kelon that was being there? Do you like?
I usually don't like care.
Okay,
I don't care
that's
about
amazing
much.
news.
Yeah.
Actually, that's great.
Yeah, because I'm
Very
just like
easygoing.
Yeah, I feel like it's more comfortable actually as Terri because I can
imagine
just
it would
like
be.
say dumb stuff the
Yeah.
entire time and just make stuff up. But as myself, it's like I have to be more like conscious of what I'm saying. But I don't really care either way.
Yeah.
Do you have any acting background, improv background? Because I feel like you are literally the improv god.
I think I would be scared. Well, I know I'm scared. I'm scared to do anything. I mean, like anything on stage or like in front of people.
Yeah.
I would like actually be terrified. But I think the more I do it, the more comfortable I get with it.
Of course, yeah.
So I never really took any like acting class or anything like that. But I'm like,
I guess being behind a phone is like, it's easier to, you're in control. But like, it's so cool. You're so quick.
Yeah.
That's what improv is. It's like, I mean, I have no improv experience either. So who am I to say? I'm like actually giving you
You're
a course on
coaching right
improv.
now,
I'm like, so improv is actually, no, but you're so quick and like, you can't teach that. So you don't really need an improv class to.
I don't know. I just kind of just say anything.
Yeah, no, it's kind of it works.
Does that ever scare you though? Like you say, literally could say anything.
No, I like that. Actually.
Yeah.
I just say whatever I want to say, and then people think it's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do enjoy the aspect of like improv because it's like expecting the unexpected. I think that's the funny part of like what I do.
Yeah.
And like doing it in like a satirical way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is definitely. I mean, what you do is like peak comedy.
Yeah. Thanks.
And it's just,
I'm like, yeah.
Just keep giving,
Yeah, right.
Keep going.
You're like, thank you.
I also like my whole life have struggled with being very shy and like hate like talking in front of people. And I feel like this like wave of like the internet has made people who are like that be able to come out of their shell online.
Yeah.
Like, is there a goal like for the next couple of years with your career that like is terrifying to you?
I think all of it is terrifying, honestly, because all of it is like the unknown.
Right.
So it's like just like going in blind. But I kind of enjoy that too because I'm like, I don't want to expect anything because I hate having like my expectations like not coming to fruition.
Yeah.
So I kind of just never expect anything ever because I'm just like, whatever happens, happens. But no, I'm not like terrified of anything that's going to happen. I like welcome it, but like also I'm like, it's like the fear is the unknown.
Yeah.
Right.
Or even if it like never happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is also scary.
Where's
I don't wanna
Terri
go
Joe
back to Amazon?
I was going to say your former Amazon employees, what are they thinking? They're like, you are a star.
I never really talked to anyone there.
Were you driving the drive? Oh, you were delivering.
I feel like I enjoyed those kind of jobs more because like I could be by myself and not
Yeah.
have to talk to anyone really.
Yeah.
I would like we would like huddle in the beginning of like work. They like give us our routes and like talk to us a little bit, and I would just be in the corner like
Hey.
not saying anything to anyone, then just get in the car, go home. I mean, get in the car, do my job, and go home.
Yeah.
So I don't think they even know.
They're like,
so
he didn't even
wild.
work for
Yeah.
Amazon. Wow.
Yeah, maybe they like recognize him and they're like, oh, he looks familiar, but I don't think they were like,
Wild.
Like, yeah.
Do you want to act?
Yeah. So I was about to ask.
Because I feel like, where's
Yes.
Terri Joe, the TV show?
Yeah. there may or may not be something in the works currently.
Thank God.
Yeah, which I also am like we were saying, a little terrified of, but
course.
obviously I'm still gonna do it because it's like it's where it needs to go.
Yeah.
I don't know, honestly. I get really like not embarrassed, or like I guess the word is embarrassed easily, like in front of people, like saying weird stuff or doing weird stuff. So I'm trying to like break myself out of that a little bit, because like the stuff I do and say online is the stuff that I need to be like saying on camera in front of people soon. So I need to like get out of that, but like I don't know, it's kind of hard.
You really
I
are
just feel
Hannah
goofy.
Montana.
Yeah,
Is what I'm realizing.
actually.
Yeah.
You're just an ordinary girl.
Yeah, true.
And then you put on a wig and you're like, now I'm a star.
a rock star.
And you take off the wig and you're just like, hey guys.
Yeah.
Elon.
I feel like that's like the good part of it though, because when I do put the wig on and everything, I'm like, it's not really me. It's like I can do and say whatever, because I'm just like, who cares?
Right.
I'm a man in a wig,
Yeah.
and pads, and a country accent that I don't even really have.
It's so genius to me. It's just like the fact that you're like almost reluctantly succeeding is
Scary.
it's scary.
Yeah.
But it's so like you're such a star.
Yeah. Do you believe it?
No, not really.
Why not?
This is the whole episode. It's like this is a therapy episode.
I don't know. I don't know. I actually hate like whenever people are like, yeah, big star. I don't hate it, but like it just sounds like so like cheesy, so like movie like stuff.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. I think everyone's a star in their own way.
But you have star quality, which is
Yeah.
a difference, I have to say. I've studied this. I've studied everyone on the internet, and you really have something.
To do.
Okay, we can move it away from this for a second and like bring it back to like perhaps an easier subject. Who's to say? Were you a good child growing up?
Yes.
Okay.
Like elementary school, probably not, because I would get in trouble all the time. Because I
Okay.
was like class clown kind of. Because I would just be like making jokes, doing whatever I wanted to do. And the teacher would like pull me out of the class and give me a stern talking to, and I'd be laughing in her face because it was so funny to me. And she would get pissed and she would like write me up, and I would go to
The
the principal often. But then I kind of like grew out of that a little. Not really. And then I sort of started taking school that more seriously, but not really. I don't really care.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just like naturally gifted and talented, so I just
Were you gifted and talented?
yeah, actually.
Same.
But like on accident. I kind of like hate it. Well, everyone hates school. But
You kind of loved it.
did you?
He's sick.
I lived for it because I grew up just insecure about multiple different things, and I felt like the only way that I could validate myself was through grades. So I was like, oh my God, look at me, I'm so smart, and then have people validate me for that. Now looking back, I'm like, that's so, I wish I didn't do that. But yeah, I was kind of obsessed with school and studying and getting 100. That was me.
I could never. I was
Same.
scared.
I did not give a
Not
fuck.
scared, but I would just be like, okay. I wouldn't even like. I would just take tests and I wouldn't even like, check over it or anything.
Same.
I'd be
Yeah.
like, you're not gonna.
Were they like rereading an essay before you submitted it? I was like, I'm not doing
thank
that.
you.
I
Yeah.
already wrote it once.
Before a test, I was like crying. I was like freaking. I'm like, I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna fail. And then I'm the kid that I was like, guys, I got 108. That's crazy. I found 8 extra points.
And everyone's like, what?
They're like, that guy's so annoying.
Exactly.
Yeah, I kind of like the social aspect of school though. I'm just
Yeah.
like, I think that's like what everyone misses when they graduate. They're like, I miss like having so many people around to like talk to.
Were you breaking rules? Were you drinking? Were you doing
No,
those
actually
things?
never did any of that. Never skipped a class. Never skipped school in general.
Yeah.
Never did anything. Kind of boring, honestly.
No, you were a
it's
good
kind of-
child.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
kind
we
of
were
us.
doing.
It's kind of the whole situation. Were you like friends with a lot of girls growing up? Was that your demo?
My only friends were girls. One time I tried to have friends. I tried to be friends with these 2 boys in elementary. And then, like, randomly, they're like, you're gay. We can't hang out with you anymore.
No.
And I was like, period. No, I was like, what?
Were you like aware at that point, or were you just like, what's happening?
I didn't really know what the word gay meant. I was just
Yeah.
like, I knew it was a negative connotation because people would say it with a negative connotation, but I didn't know what it meant. I knew that I like had like crushes on boys, like that was
Yeah.
like, but I didn't know like that was gay.
Right.
Were you so like, because I feel like so many people when we were growing up were saying like, you're gay, and I would always be like, no, I'm not, even though like I knew I was. Do you just accept it?
I would be like, what do you think? And then like, because like no matter what I tell them, they're gonna be like, I still think you're gay.
Right.
And that's why like you never really had to formally come out.
Exactly.
Because
So,
like
Whenever someone called you gay, you kind of were like, sure.
what do you think?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really care. So I'm like, it's not. You're gonna beat me out.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not. So I just
Good for you.
That's actually an amazing way
never
to do
cared.
it.
I also like kind of wasn't gay fully.
Kind of
Like, I had crushes on girls too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if that was just like a young
compulsory.
mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My last crush, I think, was Keira Knightley.
Yeah.
My last crush on a girl.
Yeah. you like recently.
My last crush. It was last week,
Yeah,
actually. I watched Pirates of the Caribbean for the first time.
Who were some of your crushes? Do you
I think like
remember?
a major like celebrity crush of mine was like Ariana Grande, like during the Victorious.
Yeah,
scene.
same.
Or like Adrienne Bailon.
Oh,
from,
she
like,
was
Cheetah Girls.
stunning.
Wait,
Yeah.
two amazing options.
Yeah.
Ariana, when she was like doing her YouTube covers, like that was my favorite time of her career. To this day, so you had girlfriends, like not like you had friends who
Yeah.
were girls.
Yeah.
Are you still like? Are your friends still the girlies?
Yes, mostly.
Love that.
I never really had friends that are boys, and like randomly here and there, but they're mostly like nerdy boys.
Yeah.
Not, like hyper masculine boys. They scare me.
No,
I'm scared of
same.
men in general, honestly. Even like gay boys. I've never had friends that were gay boys until like now.
Yeah, that's kind of.
So
I mean,
the
we're-
LA phase.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I
It's
tried to
a-
make one once, but then just
How did that go? Didn't work.
They were like,
Didn't really
no.
work out now because we barely saw each other. He was like younger than me because we worked at KFC together. And I would like hang out with him a couple times here and there, but then like it was not like it didn't work out basically.
It's really hard, I think, especially in like your early 20s to like find gay friends and like
Yeah.
actually maintain a friendship with them.
Yeah.
Like we got really lucky that we've been friends since we were 4 years old, so we kind of had it baked in.
Yeah.
But like up until the past 2 years, I feel like
You were
is
like
when-
my only gay friend.
Yeah, and like we
Yeah.
were like going to like a gay club, like
Yeah.
going to any gay space. I was like, I cannot go there.
Yeah.
Like I'm not allowed to go there.
Yeah.
Not that I love it now, but I feel like a little bit more like, okay, I won't die if I go to this place.
And just like meeting people along the way. Yeah, it was tough at the beginning because again, we were girls gays. I still think that like we're kind of transitioning out of that. We still have our girls and we love
Now
our
we're just
girls.
gay.
Now we're just gay.
Sucks.
And it's like
horrible.
boring.
Worst case scenario.
Gay.
It's like gay, 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 gay. It's like that's actually when I speak.
Yeah.
That's all people hear. It's me saying gay. No, but like meeting people along the way that like you
Yeah.
actually like want to hang out with and see yourself in. I feel like going to those gay spaces, I see so many other people, and I'm like, I don't know. These maybe they're not my gays. Like I don't know. But now we have like a close group of just like. Is it 3 of us?
There's 3 of us. It's us and our roommate is the close group that we're describing.
The gays. And that's more gays than I've ever hung out with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're like, there's us, there's Garrett, and that's the end of the list.
Yeah.
There's Kelon. There's
Yeah.
Kelon.
Me not.
Actually, it's
Kellen.
amazing.
Kellen.
Stop with Kellen. I can't get back to that.
I know.
No, I literally just because I'm usually always friends with girls. And
Yeah.
when I first moved here, I met my 2 friends, Jocelyn and Athena, and they have friends here that were like makeup gay boys.
Yeah.
And I like was really hesitant to hang out with them at first because I was like scared. I'm like, I don't know what to do. But then now I actually really like them and they're like fun to hang out with.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
It is scary because there is like a language that like you don't like know until you experience it where you're like, I don't know how to talk to gay people,
Yeah.
even though you're gay. Like
Yeah.
it's like, what are they gonna say to me? What are these references? Like it's all so are you very online?
No.
You're such a
Obsessed with
fascinating
you.
person.
Yeah.
I would say that I've definitely like consumed content.
Yeah.
But like people, I don't get like all the references that people say, like talking about like stuff on Twitter. Like I've never even got on Twitter before. I don't know how to use Twitter.
See,
I
that's
wish I
really
had
good
old
for
Twitter
you.
that people like, because I went on the other podcasts recently and then they're like pulling up stuff, like old stuff that I did. And I wish that I had like old tweets that would be funny, but nothing. Like I'd never post anything until like 2020.
Wow.
Ever.
Like to your personals, to like personal Instagram, nothing really.
I would like post like here and there, but
Yeah.
never really like actually post.
It's literally insane to me what situation you've put yourself in.
I know. I kind of hate it. No, I don't hate it, but it's fun.
But I think that's a fair.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not. You didn't make it easy for yourself
Yeah.
No.
in the slightest,
Yeah.
which I really respect because you could have just backed out.
True.
But you're like forced to lean in.
Yeah.
You're not delivering Amazon packages anymore.
I am actually.
Oh, you are really? I actually can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore.
Imagine I still was just like delivering packages.
So you're not. So is content's full time?
I would say content full time.
Yeah,
content full time,
but barely.
And other projects in the works.
Yeah.
I have never felt more confident than when I'm walking around on the streets in my crap eyewear.
And you look really good wearing your crap eyewear sunglasses. I have to say.
And you know what? They're carbon neutral and independently owned.
That's actually incredible. This is the only eyewear brand I would recommend to somebody that I know. Off the top of my head, the first brand I would name is Crap. So it's a 100% full-fledged, full-bodied endorsement. If you want 40% off Crap Eyewear from August 27th to September 3rd, you can go to crapeyewear.com for the Labor Day sale.
Get up to 40% off site-wide from August 27th to September 2nd at crapeyewear.com. Head to crapeyewear.com. That is crapeyewear.com for 40% off.
And if you miss the Labor Day sale, you can get 25% off crapeyewear.com with code GOODCHILDREN at checkout.
I have dealt, and you have dealt with some of these wireless companies before.
Oh, for sure. We all have.
Sometimes what you see is never what you get.
It's never what you get. It's never what you get. And that's why I love Mint Mobile. Speaking from personal experience, I bought a dumb phone recently. By recently, I mean in 2021. And thanks to Mint Mobile, I finally have taken the plunge and bought myself a little digital SIM card to put in it. I am going to be roaming the streets of New York City with faith and trust and pixie dust that I can get wherever I need to be. I can call whoever I need to call because Mint Mobile will provide me that.
I can't wait to call you.
The great part about that is you're not going to have to add a new contact to your phone because I can transfer my number over to the new SIM.
Thank God, because I can't memorize a new number.
Imagine.
Ditch overpriced wireless with Mint Mobile's deal and get 3 months premium wireless service for $15 a month.
To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/goodchildren.
$45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speeds slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
That's really exciting. That's amazing.
It's kind of the dream.
Kind of scared, but it's where I had envisioned it going. So.
Yeah. I also think if something doesn't scare you, it's kind of like, what's the point of doing it?
True, yeah. It's kind of like boring.
Like complacency is like, it's just like, I feel like a lot of, like, I think it's so easy to stick to the complacent, but it's like,
it gets boring.
Yeah, what am I going to gain from this? Like, you're going to go through a challenging period doing something scary, but you're going to be able to look back at that and be like, wow.
It's just also like, I don't want to be like going live every day. Like, I'm literally turning 30 in 2 years. Is it 2 years? 1?
2 years. You have time.
I'm turning 29 in like a month.
When's your birthday?
July.
What birthday?
17th.
So you're
a Cancer.
Okay, you're a Cancer. I'm a Leo. I'm very close by. Cancers are my favorite sign.
Like late July or like the next month?
August. Yeah. I just, as I said that, I realized that I also just said today that Aquarius is my favorite sign. But those are my 2 favorite signs.
Yeah.
You hate me?
You're fine, girl. Like, it's all right.
Yeah.
I know nothing about the signs, honestly.
Yeah. I'm very similar.
So I don't even know most of the names, honestly, or even like where they go for which month. Maybe I do know all of the songs from Beyonce's.
And you live in LA. It's like, yeah, of course.
Yeah. But I don't know what month they go in.
Yeah, I think that's actually amazing for you. Yeah. I don't think that's necessary information.
Yeah. I kind of feel like it might be a little true. Like the stuff that I hear, sometimes I'm like, it kind of makes sense, but it kind of is all general knowledge.
I decided recently I'm a medium.
Yeah.
I have no...
Do you think that's real?
We talked about this recently.
I kind of think it is real. I mean, like we're from Long Island, so like we grew up on the Long Island medium who is Teresa Caputo. Yeah. And I do believe her.
I think if it's fake, good for them.
Yeah.
I think they're helping people.
Yeah.
They are also kind of grifting off grief, but healing.
That
Healing.
makes sense, yeah.
I'm like, it's
like
hard, it's a
therapy.
victimless job. Like
Yeah.
no one's a victimless crime.
Yeah.
So it's like therapy, you said?
Because there's a certain layer to it that's like for that person, it's healing them.
Yeah,
To be
it
like,
is.
I heard they're in the room with us, and
Yeah.
like they said to me that you're okay. You're
Yeah.
okay. You didn't have to go that extra step, and they're like, oh my god, thank you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I should still keep that table. They're like, keep the
Yeah.
table. You know, so it's like you need to hear those things in the
is true,
moment.
yeah.
But
When my grandma died, my mom was saying that she had a dream the night after, and like she like woke up in her bed and like she looked at her closet because her closet was right next to the bed, and like my grandma and this other lady were like standing there like smiling at her, which is scary and terrifying. Like this big smile, and my grandma didn't have teeth.
Okay.
So she was saying that like she just looked happy and she was like trying to show her like, hey, I'm happy now, I have teeth. But like, and she said this other lady that was with her who like she didn't know, she'd never seen a lady before in her life. She goes to the next door neighbor's house like, to talk to her or whatever, and then that lady's like, oh, my mom just passed away. Looks at the picture, it's that lady.
no.
I have chills.
So we believe.
We have no choice but to believe.
Yeah, I feel like I'm like teetering the fence.
Yeah.
It's like I want to believe it because like that's just cool, but like also
You need something to happen to you
little
personally,
skeptical.
I feel like is the thing.
I don't want it to though.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm
Whenever
actually
I'm in
terrified.
LA, I feel like something's always around the corner.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a very haunted place.
I was about to say AIDS.
What do you mean death is that's just I can't actually. You're in
I
LA.
couldn't help myself.
So you're saying death's around the corner?
I know. I think ghosts are everywhere. I think there's like there's a spookiness.
Well, you were saying it's the land of serial killers.
Yeah, it's the killer is here. The killer is here for sure.
It's me.
That's the killer's in the room right now. Complete pivot. Was there any pop culture obsessions for you growing up?
No, not really. I wouldn't say obsessions. No, I would consume pop culture stuff like E! News and like watch like Joan Rivers on like what was it called?
Was she in Inspo?
Fashion
I
Police.
think so a
was
little
on her?
bit. Yeah, Fashion Police. I think so a little bit because I just love like her crassness and like
Yeah, how
she would
quick
just
she
say whatever
is.
she wanted to say. Yeah, I feel like that's a bit of like influence on me. But no,
I feel like
That's
there's
a
some
really
similarities
interesting.
here. Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
really really interesting like point. Is you do kind of have you are this generation's Joan Rivers.
I wish because
No.
she was rich.
Listen, it's coming.
on the way.
Yeah.
It's coming.
On the
to you.
way.
Yeah. I like. I had
I'm
to
like, why do I
agree.
want
had
Terri
to-
Joe to be a medium all of a sudden? I think we need to start leading
That would
into
be crazy.
like
She contacts
She would
you.
think
the
that.
next time you're like, hold on. She's in
I'm
the room with
feeling
us.
something right now. And then I
in the-
fire. I didn't. I consumed obviously a lot of television growing up because that's all I would ever do. I never left my house. I was just like
Yeah.
watch TV.
What were we watching? Disney.
Like
you were
Disney
saying.
Channel,
Yeah.
E! News, ABC Family, MTV.
What were the biggest hits for you?
I don't know. I think like That's So Raven, obviously like Disney Channel. Just a bunch of like the basic like popular
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
like
of
Pretty
course.
Little Liars and like other stuff.
Yeah, nonstop content. I
I
know.
wouldn't say I ever had like any like obsessions growing up though, except for like when I found True Blood.
True
Like,
Blood
I
was the
obsessed with
one.
that, yeah.
That's really
I was like in
fascinating.
like 11th grade when I found that.
Okay. That makes
Were
sense.
you a True Blooder?
I actually never watched True
Me
Blood.
either.
To this day, I regret that. I feel like I
think we
should
should
watch
start?
it. It's like,
I recommend it to everyone, but then everyone's like, "What is this show?" Because it's kind of crazy. Because it's like Southern as hell, but it's like about vampires.
yeah, I would be so into it. I don't know
Yeah.
why I've avoided it my whole life.
When did it come out? Like, when did it come out?
Oh, I think like
The
maybe, like,
2010s.
yeah,
Maybe we were high
Early
school.
2010s.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it missed me.
I watched it with my grandma, and there's like scenes. Obviously,
It's
that,
like a very graphic show, right? Yeah.
there's
Okay.
some sex
It's
scenes
like
in there.
sex. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she's like,
She's like
just
standing in
changing
front of the
channel.
TV.
She would
She's like,
change the channel when they would kiss.
Oh,
like,
wow.
on anything.
So she really had to get to work with True Blood.
Yeah, true. Well, they didn't really kiss much then, but they did do a lot of.
They were fucking, just not kissing.
Yeah.
That's how you learned
don't know.
intimacy is through True Blood. That's horrible.
But I barely. I mean, we watched like a couple episodes because she would love like supernatural stuff. So,
Yeah.
we would watch it together. But then like the season would go away, and then I was just like, oh, she actually moved because she was living with us, and then she moved. And then I just watched it myself on like computer on like illegal websites, pirating.
Yeah, of course.
Were you were pirating a lot? Were you pirating a lot?
I was pirating for sure.
Yeah. I was just so afraid of getting arrested.
To this day.
Yeah.
I've never cared.
I feel like
just
you would fall for a trap very easily.
and I did.
I know, that's what I'm just thinking about, your bestiality situation.
I mean, we've told this story before. No, I'm not kidding. I pirated one thing, and suddenly my whole I'm not very tech savvy. Like, I barely know how to work my laptop.
Yeah.
So it took over my whole screen, and it was basically like, if you don't pay this amount of money in the next 24 hours, we're going to arrest you. And it was like all of these claims that I was like watching zoophilia. I was watching child porn. All this shit. And I was getting to a point I was freaking out. I was about to pay $1,000.
And were you like convincing yourself that you were actually
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I didn't know that was a dog. Exactly. So I was like, I'm about to run downstairs and tell my mom that like I watched like zoophilia, like animal porn. But
Is
I
that
don't.
a Disney movie?
What?
Zoophilia?
No, Zootopia. Do you think that's where they got like they came from there? They were like,
what happened? How'd you resolve that one?
I think I was like frantically searching on my phone like how to get rid of if it was real, because it said it had the FBI logo in the bottom.
Right, and that's what they do.
That's clearly
They definitely how they arrest people.
They won't just like arrest you. They want money from you.
Yeah, they say give us some money.
Yeah, and we won't arrest
Like,
you.
why does the FBI want my money? Like, I'm 16.
They're government funded.
Yeah, so I got that done, but that scared me straight. Well,
Yeah.
I
Well,
wish.
From what?
Scared me straight from life.
Scared you a little less gay.
Well, it scared me gay as hell.
I never cared. When I first learned about that, I was like, oh, period.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch whatever I want to watch.
Sims.
Yeah.
Like I was like
I
that
love
was
Sims.
The Sims is to this day massive for me.
Yeah.
I feel like what's your preferred Sims
3,
mods?
all the way.
All of them? Are we Wicked Whimsing
all the
yet?
CC, all the mods.
Wicked Whims.
Yeah, your whole computer's about to crash.
Yeah, and
it's
I'm like,
burning up.
I was like 18. I was actually younger. I was like a teenager, like making Sims porn daily. I was like,
That's
this is-
crazy.
Yeah, you could do it all.
You could fuck on
You
Sims.
can. Well, fucking is kind of built into The Sims,
Yeah.
but it's like PC and it's woohooing.
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm
But
about
they
to-
Which was always kind of a
Edition.
draw. I always was like into The Sims just for that, like when I was
Yeah.
younger.
just for the woohoo.
Yeah, because I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, you're like, oh,
but then if you're a sick, like perverted teenager, you can really dig into like what's online, and I did. And you can change like ball height. You can change. You can
They
like,
had low hangers
like
on
you
Sims?
can do everything, like
It's all
foreskin,
customizable.
like sliders.
Foreskin
Foreskin
Wait,
sliders.
were you seeing full cock?
Oh yes.
You're kidding.
Full insertion.
Wait, I'm
Yeah.
actually.
You're like, let me look this up.
Like, you guys, I
No,
love
it was amazing,
Sims.
and I got back into it in 2020.
Yeah.
I was like, "This is how I'm gonna."
needed a
really,
quick hit.
Yeah, I needed a
This
quick
is me
hit.
now. you have a whole like account on Pornhub. They actually do have like
Sims porn?
on Pornhub.
You had to get into it.
I'm going to let you guys.
The next thing the FBI
you
gets
guys
you for is
excuse me
Sims
for
porn.
15 minutes?
And they're like actually like feature length the film.
Yeah,
Don't ask me how I know.
Wait, you're consuming.
Just like, I just know things sometimes.
Yeah.
it's important to know things.
Yeah.
It's important to do
It's like-
research.
that's what I was doing. Research.
Yes.
Yeah. Just
And like, I'll be doing research and development
Yeah,
for
as you should,
sure.
yeah.
I'll be developing. Are you a big gamer?
No, actually, the
No,
only games
just
I
Sims.
do play is Sims and like Grand Theft Auto. But
Okay.
I don't play Sims anymore. I want to.
It's all consuming when you
We're
play
all gonna
it.
start. Let's start.
It's too time consuming. The Sims.
I don't do anything but time. I'm not doing anything but time. I'm not going to jail. I don't have anything but time, honestly, so I don't do anything daily. I would play it, but I just think.
You're a big homebody.
During the day, yes.
Yes.
At nighttime. So
At nighttime,
As in, you're going out.
Yeah. Out.
Drinking
out,
daily.
Out, drinking daily. Out.
What's your drink?
That's
Club
another
plan,
club,
yeah.
What's your drink of choice?
Tequila. Anything tequila. But recently I've been drinking like Red Bull tequila, so I said,
Right.
and this drink but with tequila in it. But I would never drink a Red Bull by itself. I don't like the taste.
So you need to taste that tequila.
Yes, true. Because that's just like
That's just like the fuel that gets you going.
yeah, true.
When you moved to LA, was your social life like crazy?
No. I feel like all of last year I was flying back and forth from LA to Houston, LA to Houston. I was like, girl, I might as well live here because I'm spending so much money on flights. so I already had like a core group of friends like as I was like moving here because I've like been coming back and forth to see them. So I don't feel like it changed much, no.
But was it like, I assume like PR invites and like events?
Really? No, I haven't really been to much stuff.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to them?
No, yes
Okay.
and no. I would love to be invited.
Yeah, you
but I
deserve the
probably won't
invitations.
go. Yeah. I think that's why actually I was getting like invitations to stuff and I would be like, yeah, I'll go.
And then you don't show up.
I did not show
Yeah.
up. But I'm like, they're not missing me. Like it's a party.
I know, but that's like the rule. I feel like you have to. It's like if you start saying, if you don't show up or you say no, you're off the
But
list.
like, get the fuck out of here.
Me and Andrew have
Wasting
gone to
your
the
time.
stupidest fucking events
We
just because
just
we like
say
can't say
yes.
no. I'm like, why are we at like the
Yeah.
Skechers X Goldfish collab like
That's actually
rooftop
crazy.
pool party?
Yeah, hosted by like
Christy Carlson or mom.
Mono.
Sometimes I go to them and I'm like, why am I here? I mean, usually I go to them and I'm like, and then like go out after. So I'm like, this is like the
Yeah, it's a
pregame.
perfect
Yeah,
pregame.
free
Free
drinks.
drinks. Yeah, but then like it gets too hectic. It's like I can't even get my friends in. I'm not going by myself ever because that's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like I just don't even go.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I usually actually don't even get invited to much of them.
Well, you should. That needs to change
and
immediately.
I think it's gonna though.
I'm like, hit me up.
yeah, exactly.
Talk to the
Like,
camera. Every single
every
brand.
PR girl in the
Yeah.
world listens to this
I
podcast.
don't know. I'm also
wish.
just not like a talkative person when I go to like those things. Like even if I meet the PR person, I'm not like I say hi to them, but I'm not like, hey girl, just invite me out.
Yeah.
I just like, hey, and then I just
Yeah.
Do you
go
wish you
walk
were?
over.
Like for me, I look at like I look at Andrew when I'm someplace and I'm like, he's so good at just like talking to people,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I can't do this.
Sometimes, yeah, I do. Like I see people like the same way, and they're like just like social butterflies talking to this person, talking to that person. I'm like I can't. 'Cause, like it's so awkward.
I know I second guess everything I say, and then I'm like, oh, I'm being weird.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I wouldn't care if I was being weird because I just think it's funny. But I don't know. I just hate awkward situations. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, let me just stick to what I know, which is not talking to anyone.
I understand
until they
that,
talk to
really.
me.
I feel like you've been getting really good at it.
I'm trying my best.
I
I'm
feel like-
forcing myself to just like pretend that I'm not like hating the situation.
Yeah. I feel like for me on the other side, it's like when I am quiet or awkward or whatever, like my defense mechanism is talking so much, right?
Yeah.
Like I want to make myself feel comfortable. So I'm going to be
Yeah.
like, what's up, you guys? Hey, you
Yeah.
guys, whatever. Because then I feel good there. If
Like
I'm
the
like,
ice is broken.
hey,
Yeah.
I'm sick to my stomach the entire event. And I feel like I've been kind of getting that way lately.
You have been shifting. Our roles have been shifting.
I know. I've just been getting a little bit more social anxiety going to spaces of like unknown situations, especially with these like random events that we're going to. I'm like, why am I here? One. And if that's in my head, I'm like, I'm not feeling comfortable. I'm not going to talk to these people. And then I look like the bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, and they're like, why is he sitting in that corner
in the corner
staring
and
at
stuff.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Your cup fall.
Is there a lot of events in New York?
yeah.
There are.
I don't know. I feel like there's like not much of a like influencer scene there in my head.
It's like it's more like I feel like it's like the alternative influencer scene.
Yeah.
It's like the like weird people. Like there's definitely
Haters
like,
of the world.
yeah. It's a lot of senorita awesome. It's like just walking around being different. But I think that like for the most part, I feel like it's continuing to grow. Like New York is now just becoming like a dirtier, tinier, smellier LA.
Stinky.
But I feel like every day some new twink pops up on the scene. You're like, okay, you've just suddenly have 8 million
Milf.
followers, and
Yeah.
like it's wild. Yeah, I just feel like it is hard to see like what comes with this kind of career, like
True.
because so did you have like career aspirations prior to Terry? No.
I don't ever have aspirations, honestly.
Right, you
It's
kind
the
of
same
made
thing
that
like
point. The expectations.
Like, yeah, I don't ever think about the future. I'm
It's
more of, like,
really-
now kind of
Yeah.
person.
You're really fascinating.
Yeah. We're doing a
just fat.
psychoanalysis.
Stop. I know it is though. It's like you have no choice but to be
Yeah.
this person.
Yeah. I could be someone else. I am.
Yeah, but
someone
you're
else.
destined.
Oh my God. on the podcast of what I did with Zach saying, I came off so crazy. I'm just like, I'm not even a real person. I was like, I'm just like a mirror of like every other person that I meet. Like I'm like a sociopath. I'm just crazy.
You're
Sometimes
saying
I say
anything.
crazy stuff just for like dramatic emphasis.
Yeah, but that's your comedy.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. I wonder if it came off that way. People were just like, this bitch is crazy.
No, I
Listen.
think it comes off that way, and I feel like you shouldn't like self-deprecate about it because it like literally is what makes you so fucking funny.
Yeah.
I feel like self-deprecation is really fun, honestly.
I know, but I also feel like
It gets to a point.
It fucks you up. Like,
Well, true. That is true now. But I also don't really listen to myself because I take everything as a joke. I really do. Like everything in my life is like not serious at all. So I'm just like, I don't really care.
yeah.
Do we have any other characters in the works? Or are you like, you have so much attention on Terry and Georgia?
Mostly, yeah. I feel like I don't know. I didn't even think of them as characters at first. They just go, oh.
Yeah.
They just kind of happen.
We're on. Yeah.
No, I just saw like a little cat hair come off me.
I thought that was your.
I did think it was. I was like, wow, that's a really good metaphor.
No, there was like a little floaty thing. But no, I don't know. I just wing everything, and it just happened. So I know I don't have like any like other characters until like it just happens.
Do you find inspiration in other people for character? Like, where did Terry come from?
Yeah.
Where did Georgia come from? Where do you find these people?
I don't know. It just comes from like people in general.
Yeah.
People in life, like different like kinds of like personalities of people. Like religious girl who's like hates everything because it's not what God says, or like LA girl who does drugs and has sex with everyone. It's like people who you see like on TV or whatever. Yeah. And it just kind of like
Put it
comes out of you.
Yeah.
Just
really
all comes pouring out.
Yeah. And for me, I don't even feel like they're like that different, honestly. I think I just like have on different clothes and say the same things, honestly. But like
It works
in a different manner.
Yeah.
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 You had a lot more at one point, right? But you kind of scaled back.
Yes and no.
You
It's
had
always
the-
just really just been like Terry and Georgia.
And there
like,
was the
Amethyst a little bit.
vampire.
Yeah, but I
Amethyst.
usually don't do it because I'm like, I can't connect with it and make it feel like it's funny to me unless I'm just like being. It happens when I'm like in like a very manic mood. It happens. It's out of my
to me.
control.
No, it's so, but it's true.
Yeah. Whenever like I do that, it's like when I'm in a very manic mood and I'm like, I'm just gonna go online and just do crazy stuff. I think I've gotten a little bit out of that because I'm like more conscious of like what people think now, as opposed to when I first started, I didn't really care at all. But now I'm like, I don't want to look stupid doing this, which I shouldn't be thinking because who cares?
Right.
But yeah, I kind of get in my head about it, all of it. Even doing Terry, sometimes I'm like, am I being funny? Is this like funny right now?
Yeah, of course.
So it becomes too much, and I just like don't even want to go live anymore.
That sucks.
Yeah,
That's a bad cycle to be in.
Yeah.
Because like it's trusting that you are funny, especially in that role. Like people are there watching your content because like even if you weren't funny for a second, like they're still watching you.
True,
and I think that's something that we've learned along the way. It's like when we started the podcast, we were like, we need to be the funniest people ever because why would anybody want to listen to us if we weren't constantly being funny? But then you're like, it's actually stripping that back and being like, people just want to listen to you.
Exactly.
And see you.
I think people nowadays like just consume the content because it's comforting.
Yes.
Like they're just like washing dishes in the house and then like hear people in the background. It's like, and you like find people that you relate to and like just talk to them. Not talk to them, but like they
Like,
feel like they're
basically,
talking to you.
it's like you're
'cause
having a conversation.
but like obviously they can't weigh in.
Yeah. And it's like a podcast. And that's what like going live to, it's like, when you would go live too, I would just like put my phone up. You know, I'm doing multiple other things and just like listening to what was ever happening and tune in whatever. It's crazy, but like
you kind of reminded me of like that phenomenon when it was happening frequently, like daily, nightly. Like it was like the best part of my day.
Yeah.
I was like, thank God Terry is
you're like
live.
Terri Joe is live.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah, like
okay.
the mass texts would go out to everyone we know,
It's
and
the
everyone would just be
Super
in the
Bowl.
chat. It literally, like, you really have created such a crazy moment.
Yeah. It actually, well, looking back on it now, I realize how major and like huge it was at the time because like everyone was bored during COVID. No one had anything to do but sit in the house and like do nothing. And then like I go live and say crazy stuff to people, and it's like halfway funny throughout the whole thing. So I get the impact it has, but it just hasn't like hit me still.
Of course not. I feel like it probably never will.
Yeah, probably not.
It just happened, especially the fact that it happened to you like while you were in your room, like alone. Like you would just end that live and then just be like,
time to eat.
like that's so crazy.
I'm like starving.
Like doing it with like Doja and then just wrapping it up and saying, all right, like back to just being here, like alone is crazy.
It didn't ever feel, because I don't know. I kind of like come from like doing Omegle. Like so it's kind of the same thing, like talking to random people online. It just happens to be in front of 20,000 people.
Right.
Which I don't really even care, because I'm like, I can't see that 20,000 people. Yeah. It's just a number in the corner of my screen. So I don't know. And also like it becomes a factor though, obviously, because I'm seeing this number.
Yeah.
And then like when I see that number drop, I'm like,
you're like, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
Like,
so it becomes like scary, but
it's a fucked up. Like the algorithm really can fuck with like the creative process.
Yeah.
You're familiar with Omegle. Oh no, I'm sorry. Chatterbait.
That's horrible. Don't get it twisted. They're very different. One's for porn, one was like people just taking out their dicks randomly.
Did you guys ever actually do that?
Omegle.
Chatterbait. Is it real? Real? I can tell if it's like a.
Oh, it's
like
real.
Andrew's a fan of Chatterbait.
I can talk to you about it. No, I think that would I ever do Chatterbait, I would do Chatterbait only if my face wasn't in it.
Yeah.
But then what's the point?
Right.
It's
You
kind
know
of
what I mean?
like
Like we're going for face, we're going for I want the whole experience, the fantasy, the everything. I don't know what it is about it. There's something hot to me.
It's the live.
It's the going live and you're just like naked. Get it?
It's kind of like what Kat used to do. Oh my god, what was that? What Kat used to do in the first season of Euphoria.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically that. It's like cam girl vibes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
No,
you weren't the cam girl, you were just the consumer.
I know, and it's like creepy when you think about it that way, I guess.
I couldn't tell if it was like a real site or if it was like a scam site.
No, it's, I mean...
Because, like, I'll tell you why you think it's a scam site is because, like, anytime you would try to watch something, porn, anything related, it would always pop up.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I think that happened to me, and then I just decided to
You said it's not the FBI this time.
What this
I said, okay, you guys. There he is. He's back. He's
it's research and development.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing.
Yeah, I'm not texting friends though, being like, blah 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 is live right now. I wish, but
Like, Dom Top is live. We have to watch.
yeah, Dom Top 69 is live right now, you guys. Let's get it.
That would actually be crazy. That was like actually like how I would go live and people like, oh my god, look, let's check
like,
live.
like, let's go. Yeah,
Or play into the
20,000
TV.
people just watching it. Yeah.
yeah.
That would
scary.
actually be crazy.
I think that I'm sorry to circle back to this again. I think it's crazy that you were like, you're implying that like the Terri Joe momentum has died down and like, because it's like, I think you're a staple.
Yeah.
Like, I think that you are locked in.
Yeah. I think the same thing, honestly.
Okay, good.
But it's kind of a bad thing that I think that, because I will be like, oh, fuck it, I'm going to I'll just do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Which I can, but it would be better for me to like still be
you need
trying,
someone to be like,
actually.
actually, time is ticking.
Exactly,
you have to do this.
Because if you leave it up to me, I would be like,
I'm good.
doing nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel the same way. I just obviously like the numbers died down because it was pulling on like 40,000 people on my live at one point.
Yeah.
But like it makes sense because like at the time, it was like no one was doing anything.
Everyone was online
bored
at
at
all
home
times.
doing nothing. And then also like kind of like died out with my own like making of the content, like going live in general. So it makes sense that it died. It's not like I don't know why it happened. It's not like fully like just people just like stop caring about it.
Because
I just
everyone
stopped doing
cares.
it. Yeah, but
everyone we told that we were doing this interview, it was like we told them that like Beyonce was coming in.
Yeah.
All of our friends. Like, it was actually
it's actually crazy to me that like that's a thing. Like people are like, I want this person on my podcast. Like I really, I'm like, who cares? I'm just like a no one.
Well,
in my head,
no,
I feel like that.
Because also, like, I feel like when we see you and we were doing this, you know, like we were putting on those wigs when we were in 8th grade and like we stopped it because we had shame. And like you're somebody who goes live on the internet to 40,000 people sometimes and like you are a complete character. And like, yes, you can still live your normal days with shame or whatever, but like you go there, you commit to the bit, and like you are now known for that.
Yeah.
And I think that is something that we were like, we need to talk to that person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I actually have never felt shame. I don't think ever in my entire life.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't really care. I felt like if I want to do something and I did it, like I did it for a reason.
Yeah,
Like I don't really care what people.
That's
think
your
or
Aries,
say.
moon, or rising.
Yeah,
Or
I
Aquarius.
think it is.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I really don't. I know it's Scorpio and Cancer, but I just don't remember the other.
Yeah, it all
I
tracks.
think it's Aries though.
Sure.
But yeah, I just never cared. Like, not even my parents. Like, I literally just, like, randomly show up on the internet with a wig on and a dress, and they're like, oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, just never cared. It was, like, a little uncomfortable at first, like, to have to explain what I was doing.
Right.
Do they think it's funny?
Yes.
Yeah.
My mom, like, has her friends, like, text her all the time and be like, what the heck? Why is your son, like, on the internet with a wig on? And it's hilarious.
Yeah.
My mom just thinks it's funny. I don't think she consumes it that often, though, but...
But it's also like your mom's probably like, my son was on stage with Madonna. Like, huh? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh. It is crazy.
I love it.
It is a crazy thing, but I don't know. Nothing ever processes, to be honest. So I'm just like,
You're just following the ride wherever it
I'm
goes.
like the cat hair coming off of me. It's floating.
Yeah, you're just honestly.
Machine.
I'm really excited to see everything that happens next.
Me too, I think.
Yeah.
I've also never felt excitement
You
before
are
either.
excited. Yeah.
So never felt excitement, never felt
felt-
shame.
No.
Doesn't
I don't
care.
feel like that many emotions
Okay.
daily.
What are your could you if you're in Inside Out, what are the top 3 emotions in your who's running your head?
I don't even know.
Okay.
What are all of them?
It's like joy, anger, sadness, disgust.
Probably joy.
Okay.
But not that I'm happy though. But I just feel like
You're like,
joy would be
joy,
the
but,
fun
like,
part.
sadness?
I feel like I'm always like searching for fun. I feel like that's all I'm ever doing, like looking for like something to do that's fun.
Thank you so much for stopping by
Yeah, this is
today.
amazing.
Thanks for having
I'm so glad to get to know you. We've been following you forever.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, thank you for gracing us with your presence. Fully, I feel like you're truly a mystery, and I feel like I got to actually get to know who you actually are, which makes everything you do more exciting to me.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So thanks for sharing that
Thanks
with
for
us.
having me. You just wanted to invite me, but you didn't.
Actually start sobbing.
I'm literally like fully crying. But yeah, thanks for having me.
Tell our listeners where they can find you across socials.
Chatterbait,
Number 1.
Pornhub,
And Sims.
and the Sims section of Pornhub. No, I don't know. Psychonic. I want to change my name so bad, like to my actual name, but
Yeah.
I can't because I feel like people are so confused. There's so many accounts like with my face on it.
Yeah.
I feel like people are already confused. I feel like if I change my name, people are like, "What is this?" But anyways,
I think you could do it.
should I?
Yeah, I think you should.
Now is the perfect time too.
Especially
just,
you're
like-
entering the next chapter.
Yeah.
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 I just be so scared of like change. But yeah.
Okay.
Psychonic.
Psychonic.
Everywhere.
Wow, you guys.
I saw a lot of myself in Kelon.
Same.
I did. And I think that it's amazing to be able to get to know Kelon aside from the character that he portrays as Terri Joe, because that humanized him a lot.
Yeah, it's so impressive to do what he's doing, and it reminds me of us and the fighting past those anxieties to just fucking do the thing anyway.
Yeah.
And I think we can all take that lesson away from it. It's kind of do the thing that scares you.
Yeah.
Because you'll really end up on stage with Madonna.
And can you imagine?
Can you imagine?
I think that we missed the email.
With Madonna.
Yeah, I think
for
we
sure.
missed the email. I think we have to talk to our management.
For sure,
because
for sure.
I think that could have been crazy if we received it. But I'm happy for Kelon.
It's Kelon. Did you almost kill yourself?
Joe, I'm not kidding. You just did that again, and the pit in my stomach.
I can't
it
believe
took
you
me about
clocked how much I was going to completely leave you there.
I'm that was
sorry.
almost worse.
But what would I do? What was I supposed to do?
You say, are you being serious?
I thought he was being serious.
Then you say oh my God, we have been living in a lie.
But I didn't say it.
I know, but like I just knew that we've talked about Kelon for a while and like no one was there to back me up. It felt like really like there was the silence in this room was deafening.
It was deafening. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning into this week's episode. Don't forget to follow us across all social media platforms at Good Children Pod. I'm on Instagram at Joe Hegyes and on TikTok at Be Quiet Joe.
I'm on Instagram at Andrew Muscarella and on TikTok at Andrew_Muskie. And don't forget to do your homework. Like, comment, subscribe, rate, review. Send this to a friend. Send this to a friend. I feel like we often see Terri Joe or Kelon on live. And this was a full episode. So send it. And we have a Patreon.
Send it there as well.
Exclusive content every single week. You get an extra episode, and that chat goes crazy.
That chat goes off.
Especially when we have a few drinks, it gets a little bit weird.
Yeah, it does.
$7 a month. We'll see you there.
Mwah.
Mwah.